Now, something that is so important that I would want to repeat at every step of this is that some of you are probably watching this and saying, oh my goodness, I feel overwhelmed. For some of you, this is financially impossible to take all of these steps and afford all of the equipment. Now, it might, it does cost for the adapters, it might cost from 12 to, especially in some of the Mac adapters that we need, to $70 for one adapter. My adapter is about 30. But then there's the screens. All of these things cost money, which we cannot all afford. This is an environmental justice issue. And it goes back to the importance of policy change. This means that in order to have meaningful, long-lasting change with everything I just talked about, we actually need to go beyond our personal use of these devices and take that step with our elected officials to let them know about this and ensure that they take actions to protect us. Those actions should be reducing the levels that we're exposed to every day, from not just in schools, but at work or when you walk outside because of the cell towers, and especially in schools. People should not be forced to be exposed to this radiation, which we know causes harm from all of these studies. So get involved, talk to your elected officials. This is the time, more than ever, this is the time, because we want to save lives. We don't want to switch from one toxic exposure to another. Some of the things I've talked about really, having like hard switches on routers, for example, like not this one because doesn't have any Wi-Fi, but there's some of these where when I was in actually visiting some family out of town, they had a modem, and all you had to do was press this button and it turned the Wi-Fi off, like one switch. Why don't all hardware devices that we buy at the store, why don't they all have a switch so it's so easy to turn off? Why don't they all have an option without Wi-Fi? We should have these options, and that we can contact businesses about, putting in petitions if they don't respond, raising awareness on this so that we have options when we go shopping. But most importantly is dealing with these exposures that we really can't control, like cell towers, small cells, quote unquote small cells, which are microwave antennas being put right in front of our homes. 5G, and we have so much information on 5G. I hope that you go to our website at ehtrust.org and read that research on 5G. These are radiation exposures that really we can't control unless we have policy change and regulations that protect us. So, well, actually, I should say there is some shielding that can be done, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But when you walk outside, we're not able to control that. And it's critical that we get involved. Before I learned about this issue, I had never gone to speak in a council meeting. And I realized how important it was. This was about 2 decades ago. And I have, as they say, even if you have some fear in public speaking, you can have that fear. Bring it with you. It's okay. But go for it. They need to hear from us. They need to know, our elected officials need to hear from us. They need to know this is important so that they have the courage and the political will to make the changes we need.